Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZZ.
We're talking about things you liked as a kid that you don't like as an adult. Stephanie writes Spaghettios. I still love Spaghettios. Anything Chef Boy. Somebody actually wrote Chef Boyardee. Anything Chef Boyardee.
No, I'm against it.
If hot Spaghettios,
dude, Chef Boyardee. I like. Okay,
the beef ravioli.
Anything Chef Boyardee was like. I don't know how to explain it. It was like fake pasta that you could pass off to kids as being pasta. That was cheap. That tasted cheap. But if that was your gateway to pasta, you ate it and you're like, oh, this is okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to run out and choose Spaghettios or the beef ravioli over everything else. But if I get home, if I get home and I want something convenient and I don't feel like, and I go to the cupboard, I'm thinking soup and I see the Chef Boyardee Spaghettios there.
You've become like
I'm going Spaghettios.
A de facto spokesperson for your favorite Italian food on the Central Coast. Now, some of the places that you've mentioned, which I'm not going to mention in the same breath as Chef Boyardee, would be very disheartened to find out that you also enjoy some Chef Boyardee.
I don't know why they would say that, because just like music and many other things, I don't really have a favorite of anything. It's kind of whatever I'm in the mood for. If I come home, I'm hungry for lunch, and I just want to grab something quick, and I can heat up a can of Spaghettios, I'm in. But that's why we were asking. We were asking.
They're so bad.
You don't like them either, huh? I haven't had them for a decade. But I remember last time I had them, I was like, yeah.
I guarantee you, if you were to eat up some Spaghettios right now, you'd be like, oh, what was I thinking?
I don't know.
Spaghettios is a very good entry. This question.
D says bologna. Oh, I love bologna. You've never been a fan of bologna.
Actually,
you coming around?
I'm cooling on some bologna. I had a bologna sandwich for lunch last summer on a picnic. We went to the lava beds in Northern California. And
when you go to the lava bed, you have a bologna sandwich?
Well, no, I asked for turkey. Somebody ate my turkey sandwich. And I was like, well, I guess I'll eat this bologna sandwich that was packed along. And I ate my bologna sandwich, and then my son didn't finish his, and I ate his. And I was like, hey, I'm okay with some bologna now.
Miracle Whip or mayonnaise on your bologna sandwich?
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip. See, I'm a Miracle Whip guy.
And I'm not either, to be honest with you, but I
Miracle Whip
enough to just stick the sandwich together.
Mike writes in Pop-Tarts. Yeah, I used to love Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts are terrible.
I don't think I want to eat a Pop-Tart anymore. You turned me on to something else.
Pillsbury toaster. Pillsbury toaster pastries. They're so good.
Those are with the icing you put on there. Those are really good.
Yes, they take a little bit more work, but man, I don't know how Pillsbury has not just whooped up on Pop-Tarts.
Sarah writes, having a job. It's not just about food, by the way. 805-543-3693. You can call or text on the 805 lines. Yeah, I remember having a job as a kid I was so excited about. And I love that what we do here. I don't even consider it really a job. But at the same time, there's definitely days I'm not that excited. I was way more excited to have a job when I was a kid. A lot of other food stuff.
You wanted to have a job when you grew up. Is this the job that you wanted?
Oh, this is a job I always wanted to do, yeah. Well, but, I mean, I worked at a body shop. I detailed cars at a car lot. I mean, I did all this stuff. I loved going to work. I just loved it.
What was the worst job you had?
Oh, it was stocking shelves at a store like Walmart. It was called, you were there. I only worked there 2 days. Shopko. And I had to get there at 4 o'clock in the morning to unload a truck.
As a college student.
It was terrible. It was the worst.
Staying up till 2 and then getting up at 4 and going to stock shelves, yeah. That's not good. You just stopped showing up to that job, right?
Yeah, I stopped showing up. Yeah, I think it was your advice. I think you said, just don't go. Who cares?
It's been 2 days.
And then call the house.
You're not going to put it on your resume. I mean, come on.
I remember we'd gone out to the bar, and then we were sitting there doing the post-bar drinking after 2 a.m. when the bars closed. We got back. We kept drinking at the house. The phone rang. It was 4:15, and they're like, "Hey, are you coming to work?" And I said, "Nope," and I hung up the phone. Tim writes late night television, and I have to say I agree. It's a completely different ball game now than it was when you had David Letterman, Johnny Carson, even Jay Leno. Remember the Sports Machine? Did you ever watch
the George Michael
Sports Machine?
Because I remember the
now
first
that's
time,
late night television. It's in a different form, but it was. I loved watching this.
I remember when it first came out. I was like, because Wham was big at the time, or when I first discovered it. I'm sure it had been around for a while. So Sports Machine was on Sunday nights.
Yeah,
George Michael's Sports Machine was on Sunday nights, and the guy's name was George Michael. And I thought, George Michael from Wham is hosting a sports show. It's kind of an odd mix, and I checked it out because it was on at like 11:30, and George Michael's Sports Machine was great. A recap of the weekend in sports, but he did an excellent job.
He'd walk over, they had the big panel there with the buttons on it, the big buttons, which did nothing, but it was great TV. Hi, thanks for hanging on. Go ahead.
What's going on, man? Hey, you know what? One thing I can't stand nowadays, I used to love back in the days, family. No family, man.
Oh, wow. All right. Family.
Really?
People get tired of their family.
That's true.
Family was, I guess, in some situations it gets bad. That kind of took this.
I've always said that you don't need to, just because they're family doesn't mean you have to be friends. If you don't like somebody in your family for whatever reason, doesn't mean that you have to continue having a good relationship with them. Some family is terrible, man. Some families are horrible to each other. They do nothing but drag you down.
805-543-3693. Jeff says being a passenger in a car, I can't stand it. I have to drive. I mean, sometimes
or shotgun.
Sometimes if we're not going very far, I'm fine with my wife driving. But other than that, I really have to drive.
That's funny because it wasn't when I was a kid. Like I can't drive like when I'm a kid, so I had no choice. But then, as I got older and when I turned 16, I had to drive. I had to drive everywhere. And then somewhere in my 30s, I've been like, hey, let me be the passenger. I would rather somebody drive me around more than drive anytime. I just tried not to pay attention to how bad of a driver they are.
805-543-3693. Vicky says she had to fire her brother.
Yeah.
Is that family or is that from driving? She wasn't specific.
I'm probably from being family.
From being family who's a bad driver as well.
Listen, just because they're family doesn't mean they need to be friends.
Rich writes in, he says, Brussels sprouts, something he loved as a kid, he can't stand now. See, everything's the opposite for me. I can't think of many things that I did not, or that I liked as a kid that I don't still like today. Or it was mainly like, I didn't like tomatoes when I was a kid. And my great grandma Mabel would look at me and she goes, all that ketchup on your fries, yet you won't eat a tomato. I'm like, Grandma, it's different.
It is different.
Well, yeah, because it's cooked. Different. I mean, number one, the tomatoes are cooked and it's had sugar and salt and all this other great
vinegar.
Stuff.
I mean, come on.
I think, Mike just wrote in fireworks. I don't hate fireworks, but I loved fireworks as a kid, and I just don't really have an interest in them.
I like fireworks more now
than when you were a kid?
Than I did when I was a kid, yeah.
See, my dad used to take me, and that was what we did. And we would go to the reservation, and we would buy all the stuff. And the fact that he would tell me that it's illegal fireworks, I thought that was really cool. And then we would put on a show for the family, him and I.
I'm kind of bummed because I moved from Templeton to Paso Robles.
I'd rather just sit back and have a cocktail.
4th of July was a big deal in Templeton. I'm not sure that it will be as big a deal in Paso Robles. I don't know what to do.
What, are you worried about your neighborhood, but you're in the cul-de-sac?
Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac. Thank you. Still want to call it the cult.
Well, you can't light off fireworks. You just can't. You can't do it in Paso Robles. You can't.
Oh.
You cannot.
It's illegal.
Yes.
But they do it at certain places in Paso, don't they?
Well, yeah, they have like displays and stuff like that, but I don't.
Barney Schwartz.
They haven't had them in years because last year was COVID.
What about Safe and Sane fireworks? You can't even shoot those off?
No.
In Paso?
You can't drive down to Templeton, buy your fireworks, bring them back to Paso, and shoot them off. You can't. It's against the law.
You can't do it on the concrete in the driveway.
No,
in our cul-de-sac.
Our cul-de-sac would be amazing.
Be a good little spot.
It would be amazing. I mean, the road is crap because the city can't maintain it anyway. So you're not going to ruin the road with the fireworks. You take a stick of dynamite; it would probably be an improvement to the road.
Aren't all safe and sane fireworks? Don't they all stay on the ground and none of them shoot in the air? But they're just worried that it's hot and it's dry and you're going to burn your neighbor's house down or your own house.
Yeah, and not all do. Like that jumping jack. And the ground bloom flowers.
Oh, those are the most dangerous. Those damn really flowers are still around?
Yes.
You got to be kidding me. I remember lighting those as a kid, and they would just go flying right into the shrubs every time. It didn't matter where you were at. You could have all gravel and one shrub over here, and that son of a bitch would go right into the shrub.
You could literally take one that's like a fountain that is like
shooting flames.
Looks like 6 sticks of dynamite taped together, right? You can light that off. My kids will stand right next to it, right? I light one of those ground bloom flowers, which are 2 inches long, and I light it, and they run on the other side of the house. And rightfully so. They should, because you don't know where those things are going.
I think the Saturn missiles are probably considered illegal fireworks now.
Yes, they are.
Those also were the most dangerous.
So dangerous.
I mean,
plastic tubes of fire
just
shooting
randomly
in every direction.
I'm sure I told you the story. They had they made them and they were kind of the smaller box, but then you could get the big ones.
You could get them in a 25 count or a 100 count. The 100 count one was insane.
And they had this thing up on a block, and when they lit it, it fell over, and we were all sitting back by the house, and it fell right at us.
Towards you.
Yes, and I just remember moms diving on kids. Jeff and I were just sitting here talking about The Office and how the staying power of this show. And we actually threw up a little comment on our Facebook page of Andy from The Office.
What has Ed Helms done
Ed Helms.
Since The Office?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know he did.
Probably some movies, right?
This was during The Office. I think this was while The Office was on, because he took a hiatus from The Office to film Vacation. And he was Chevy Chase's character in Vacation. I never saw that Vacation. Did you see that Vacation?
No.
So I was hoping you could speak to
National Lampoon's Vacation type stuff?
Yes.
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did a remake of Vacation. But I don't know anybody.
Who else was in it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't see that.
That's the only thing I know that Ed Helms has done since The Office. And the problem is, once you get on a show like The Office...
Oh, wait.
How can these guys do anything differently?
That wasn't that RV movie with Jennifer Aniston in it.
No, that was a different movie.
Oh, okay. I saw that.
That didn't have Jason Bateman in it, too?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't think Ed Helms is in that. I don't know. Where the kid has the tattoo that says no regrets, but it's spelled wrong. That movie, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. What else has Ed Helms done? I can't picture it, because he'll always be known as Nard Dog. Like, look at Oscar. Oscar's always the gay Mexican accountant. Are you ever going to be able to shake that about Oscar? He's doing State Farm commercials now.
Yeah, I've seen him in other things, but it's rare that you see Oscar.
The only people that you can accept as
Dwight
other character, Dwight can't shake it. He'll never be able to shake it.
I've seen
he's done a few shows.
Stanley, I've seen in some things. He was in a Super Bowl commercial.
Stanley actually voices one of my kids' cartoons, and he does an excellent job. And I think that's kind of got to be where you've got to pivot if you're on a show like that, where you can't shake.
Phyllis, I've never seen her do anything else.
Phyllis is actually a cartoon voice too.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what you do when you're on such a popular show.
She makes that tight Disney Pixar money.
Yeah, got to be a voice actor from now on.
Yeah. Which is fine, because you don't have to worry about makeup or anything else when you're a voice actor. Like, give me my choice. I would rather be a voice actor than a real actor. Like, voice actor is where it is at.
Oh, Christina Applegate is the other one that's in Vacation.
Oh, really?
Maybe I did see that. I gotta look it up.
With Ed Helms?
Ed Helms.
Thanks on the 805 Beer text line. Thanks to... Oh, I can't log in.
The problem is
Who said that on the 805
I never
Beer
really
text
sit
line?
down when I'm at home and pay attention.
Give them that credit.
Yeah. Oh, it was Classy John from Edna's. Let's see here. Yeah, I did see this movie. I'm pretty sure I saw this movie. Yeah, I did. The problem is I'm always doing other things and I'm not focusing on anything.
Mandy writes in, she says that Ed Helms was in We're the Millers as the dealer.
Yes.
He was the dealer in that movie. Okay.
So, let's see. Ed Helms. What else has he done? Well, here's this.
Jason Sudeikis is in there as well, and he looks like Ed Helms.
That's very true.
Jason Sudeikis does look like Ed Helms. I'm sure they get mistaked on a regular basis. I was looking up the net worth of The Office the other day. Who do you think has the highest net worth of The Office?
Oh, boy, that's a good question. Well, you would think Michael Scott might have been paid the most because he was the most notable actor at the time that was signed on.
And he's gone on to do other things, weirdly enough.
Right.
You would think he would be the most typecasted because his role was so prominent, but he's such a good actor.
Are you saying who's made the most from The Office or just who's made the most since The Office?
Since The Office. And from The Office, too. Who's the richest cast?
It's probably Jim.
It's a tie.
Because he went on to do movies.
It's a tie between Steve Carell and John Krasinski.
Yeah. Because he not only acted in movies, but he directed, he produced movies. And so I think that changes the ball game a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, depending on what you see. I've seen reports that I think Stephen Carell has a little bit more money than John Krasinski, but it's about that. Rainn Wilson, do you want to guess his net worth?
30 million.
Really? I'll say this. Steve Carell is 50. So do you want to adjust your...
Yeah, 15.
15?
Yeah.
You're right in the ballpark. 14.
Okay.
You're right there. I mean, I wouldn't give that to you. Let's see. Ed Helms.
He's done a lot of other movies and other things, so I got to think he's up there. He's probably like 35.
Ed Helms, 15.
Oh, that's it?
And mainly from The Hangover.
Wow.
Made most of his money on The Hangover, not on The Office.
You know, Nard Dog was...
he made $100,000 per episode on The Office.
He was way better in the earlier episodes before he became the manager. Once he became the manager, he became a different Andy, and I was not a fan.
Rainn Wilson made $100,000 per episode. Pam made $100,000 per episode. John Krasinski made $100,000 per episode. Steve Carell only made $175,000 per episode. That's a low budget.
Still $75,000 more than everybody else.
Considering that the Friends cast members made like $1 million an episode.
Was that from the get-go, though?
Who were the better actors?
Okay.
No, it was not from the get-go. I'm listing off the numbers towards the end of the run of The Office.
Anyways, Ed Helms was on Ellen yesterday talking about the popularity of the show.
The staying power of that show it's just mind-boggling. People love it, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. I do find it weird, however, the audience is getting younger and younger. People are showing this to their toddlers. And it's just weird when, like, my friend's 4-year-old is like, Nard Dog!
And now it's time for your awkward Facebook exchange. Yeah.
The question today was, is it fried chicken or chicken fried steak? I'm sorry, is it chicken fried steak or is it country fried steak?
Yes.
Because we were talking about that. Jeff thinks it's country fried steak.
Well, if it's beef, it can't be chicken fried beef. That does not go hand in hand.
But there's a reason for that. And Kat writes in, she says, but it's usually beef, so why do they call it chicken fried? That's the real question.
I'm with you on this, Cat.
And then Ian
100%.
writes in, and he says, it's fried like chicken, Cat. Hello? That's why they call it chicken fried steak, because it's fried like chicken.
But there's other... Why isn't it called...
I've always been able to put that together.
Well, that's dumb, because why don't we call it zucchini fried steak? Because there's fried zucchini.
All right.
Well...
Zucchini, when you think of zucchini, you don't think of fried zucchini. Okay?
Why don't we call it cheese stick fried steak?
Cheese stick. Because chicken is, when you think of chicken, you think of fried chicken.
Why don't we call it fish fried steak? If that's the case.
Christy,
I'm with you, Cat, on this, okay? Why does chicken get the benefit from all the splendors of beef? Like, chicken is riding the coattails of the cow by saying, oh, yeah, but you're frying it like me, so we're going to call it chicken. It's country fried, not chicken fried, country fried.
This is really good that we're doing this awkward Facebook exchange about chicken fried or country fried steak. Christy writes in, she says, isn't country fried steak beef? DL writes in, he says, Christy,
Well, the
chicken
women are
is
smarter
fried.
than the men on this, huh?
Don't let the city slicker fool you in there.
It's country fried!
Chicken is fried.
Yes, but not all chicken is fried. You're going to take the popularity of fried chicken, and fried chicken automatically gets to lay claim to something as good as steak because they're like, well, you made it kind of like you make me. No, it's country fried because there's other things that are battered and fried.
Lon boy Kevin.
He would like to explain it to you. He writes in, he says, it's chicken fried, Jeff. It's chicken fried steak. It's,
No, it's not.
fried
It's
in the
country
same
fried.
manner as fried chicken. It's fried in the same manner as fried
But
chicken.
it's
Lon boy
country
Kevin.
fried. It doesn't matter if it's fried in the same manner as there's other things that are fried that way, and I brought it up earlier. Zucchini.
Cheese sticks and zucchini.
Zucchini. Why is it not called? From now on, I'm going to order it as zucchini fried steak, just so zucchini gets some love too.
Can I get some? And then they're going to put zucchini in your chicken fried
I'm
steak.
like the Bernie Sanders of fried foods. Okay, I'm spreading all the love around. Socialism to fried foods.
All right, so there you go. Thank you to Ian, Katz, Christy, DL for all contributing in today's
Awkward Facebook Exchange.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.